Have a look there on the tarmac, guys. On your left-hand side on the tarmac, that wheel's attached to somebody's car. There you go, that's the whole insert around the windscreen. I love it. Absolutely love it. Have a look at that camper van, guys. They're already stripping it off and putting it on the floor. Go on, baby. Right, I said to you when we came in, they were excellent swimmers, didn't they? If you have a look there on your left-hand side, they use that pond in very hot weather very regularly. Yeah, that's it. They want it. Come on. I'd never come around with, I wouldn't even bring my own car around here. Now, they use the branch just there on your left-hand side as a diving board. Now, I can assure you they are no Tom Davies. What happens is, now you're going to start seeing some damage left-hand side. Somebody else's car insert there. Also on your left-hand side, there is two lots of inserts. There's a broken wiper blade. It's lovely, isn't it, eh? It's great. Now, so what they'll do, they'll jump off the top branch with the babies underslung on the belly. Now, mums will come up very quicker because of her physical and her mental health problems. Now, through the dedication of our elephant team, there are 4 of them altogether. They've retrained now Anne to lift her trunk fully. Now, as we go up, you'll see what we call the hangman's noose. That is a hay bale that is hung up from the tower just up here. But she is out and about, which is very, very rare. She's on your left-hand side, look, bless her. Yeah, people come a long way to see this old girl. Normally, I do 12 tours a week. If I see her like this, once a week, guys, I've been very lucky. You're going to be, because when we come round this afternoon, she might not even be out. She might even gone back in. But at the moment, she's not being bothered by flies. One thing she hates is flies, guys. So, right, let's, I don't know what this bloke's doing in here today, I really don't. So, right, there she is, just coming up. I do make a bit of fuss of this, guys, because we don't see her, so enjoy this. Now, inside the barn, it's fully centrally heated. She also has 3 hay feeders inside the barn. She has her own sauna. Outside the barn, she has her own beach. She also has her own swimming pool. Now, through the life of an Asian elephant, which Anne is, they have 6 sets of teeth. Now, that old girl now's on her last set, so we don't know how much longer we've got her for. But if you asked anybody that works in this section of safari like I do, we all have a soft spot for that old girl. But the trouble is, like I said, we don't see her much. So I'm going to come across to the left, guys, and enjoy this. Get some pictures. There we are, bless her. Now, she's never alone, contrary to what you ever hear from anybody. When they say Anne's just alone, a lonely old elephant, she's not. She has 3 constant companions. And they're in the forms of Nubian goats. And their names are Costa, Coffee, and Sugar, of course. There we are. She's an absolute, you know, I love her a bit, really do. But don't get to see her much now, bless her. They will never put another elephant with her, guys, because she has got bad arthritis on her, in her right-hand leg. And if we did, she could get bullied. So she's going to have a life of luxury until she finally leaves us here at Longleat. There we are, bless her. But the simple reason is they are coming out of winter coat and going into summer. And they're actually in the summer cold. They've got no fur on them at all. Now, where the keepers, I want you to get pictures of the next 2 animals. Now, the first one is on the Class 1 critically endangered species. Now these are the rowan antelope. Now they are the fourth largest member of the antelope family, and they get their name rowan from the hair on our naturalized horse. Now they are described in the wild as having the rear end of a donkey, the ears of a hare, and the face of a pulled out panda. Now the reason they're on the critically endangered species list is purely because of that head. We still have those big game hunters in Africa, and I will say no more than that. Now these are what we call our breeding stock, because anything is bred here will automatically go back to private collections in the wild. We are heavily into conservation and endangered species here at Longleat. Now the next one's to them, scimitar horned oryx. Now they're called scimitar horned oryx because of the shapes of their horns. They're actually shaped like the scimitar sword. Now the reason I say get a picture of these is, for the simple reason is, if you went looking for these in the wild, you would no longer find any. They are now extinct in the wild. Now if you look at a true side profile of an oryx's horn, it looks like it only has one horn. We've often wondered here at Longleat, is this where the myth and the legend of the unicorn came from? It's one the pond roll guys, it's going round. They've got great back scratches, haven't they? Absolutely magnificent piece there. Right, again, I'm going to get you to look to your left-hand side. Look on your left-hand side. Next will be the Anconi cattle. Now, the Anconi cattle are the oldest known cattle in the world. They can be traced back to scriptures before Christ. Now, if you look at our Anconis compared to those in the wild, ours are very blunt. Now, there's two reasons for it. The first reason being is they have no natural enemies here at Longleat. And the second being is they're allowed to do exactly what they're doing now. They're allowed to graze all day. Now, in the wild, they would be so much thinner because they are worked extremely hard. They're used for their meat and also for the milk. But one thing the tribesmen will do to the Anconi is they will actually bleed the Anconi. They will mix the blood with the milk, and this allegedly gives them the extra vitamins that they require. Now the horn will actually grow 2 meters from tip to tip, but the horn is hollow. It's only ever used for defense. But inside that horn, there are hundreds of tiny blood vessels that help them regulate the blood in extremely hot weather. Magnificent. Right, I'm just going to touch on the deer park a minute. Now that is the only place on safari where you can actually feed the animals. But unfortunately, I don't go through there. You have to use your own car, guys. I really do hope you do. If you want to do a deer feed, you can miss out the monkeys, of course, because we call it Chicken Alley. Then all you do is pull up to the side of the keeper's hut. You can purchase a bottle of food. Now you can't physically get out the car. You just put your window down, guys. They will readily take it from your handle from the top. But I always say to guests, if you want to do a deer feed, always do it in the mornings. For a simple reason is, come the afternoon, and Johnny this morning, unfortunately, because the girls, they're actually not looking where they're going up. Because the girls are actually 14 tons of sheer muscle. Now Johnny is only a 4-ton male. So the girls will be out this morning and Johnny will go in come out this afternoon. Now as I get closer, you are going to say to me, well hang on Dave, you told us that they were southern white rhino. They are actually a sandy grey colour. Well, what it is, it's a misconception. Get closer in a minute. I'm trying to wait for somebody to just slip up so I can cut in front of them. Because as we get closer to them, those three cannot see us. Because a rhino has extremely poor eyesight. Now, when standing, it can only see up to 10 meters. When running, it's 20. But one thing they do have, you snooze, you lose. One thing they do have is exceptional hearing. because those ears will rotate individually to 180 degrees. Now, we all know they're poached in the wild for their horn, don't we? Well, would somebody like to tell the poachers that the horn actually grows back? Because it is made of the same material as your fingernails, which is keratin. Now, they are the second largest member in the animal kingdom, the African elephant being the largest. Now, the group name for a rhino is actually called a crack, which is quite appropriate, really, because they can reach speeds of up to 35 miles an hour. Doesn't sound very much to us car drivers, but they can do it under a very short distance. And I tell you guys, I've seen it. It was absolutely frightening. They used to be up in your area, but they started to charge at cars. So they were brought down here because of health and safety reasons. Pretty faithful. Right, now on our right hand side, pelican pond. Now these are pinked-backed African pelican. Now the pelican are great fishermen. What they will do